This is dangerous and reckless in a democracy. Yeah, Malika Henderson says. No figure has done more to cast doubt on the integrity of elections than Trump has. The president has shown that he cares only about his ego and holding on to power. For Trump, the only honest election is an election he wins. Okay, so watch the thing at the White House about him talking. I need to get the Cliff Notes kind of organized, but you're saying, yeah, the Chinese, so many people want to interfere with our elections. The Chinese want to apply their trade here in the United States. They absolutely won't have it. You got to make sure everything's just right with the elections. So, nothing weird goes on because, we can't let, foreign interests come in here and kind of, the press said what he was saying was false claims that China was going in and meddling with the elections. So I think they're being honest about it because Trump loves to make a fuss about anything. Right now, it's far left extremism terrorist group. I don't know what the exact name of the terrorist groups because there's been been no terrorist attacks that I know of. There are more worrying. I think. I don't know. I think the FBI has their hands more busy with far right groups that you wouldn't even designate as terrorists. Just with the random racist attacks and stuff. I can't tell. I'm guessing the far left guys, they don't engage, as far as I know, in the real kind of actual terrorist stuff. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look it up. I'm just guessing. Anyways, so he gives the talk there. I should see all the points he talks about somewhere. Right, but he's saying we can't accept this. We can't do this. And he makes claims that apparently are true. Thing is, he's meddling in other elections as we speak. So when he throws tariffs on Brazil, saying not even Trump, it's Marco Rubio saying, right? Who Trump would like to appoint as the supreme leader of South America, right? He's viceroy in Venezuela, and there's other articles, talk about what was the is it tested ground? They're not going to mind if it spreads a little bit, let it get into Ecuador, Bolivia, or something like the Marco Rubio has some free time. He could be viceroy a lot of places. We can put a crown on his head, make him a king. He's a king with big ears. I don't know, because he's Latino. The South Americans will accept him because he's Latino. You understand? He's just an American white guy. All right, great. But continuing, the Chinese were doing this, doing that. At no point the Chinese going to hey, Donald Trump has a big ego. We need terrorists on him. If it's about ego, what would the percentage be on tariffs right now if Trump didn't have such a big ego? The tariffs on. Okay, and then how can I say this? Trump's rival for candidacy, to be the president, has been parading, been going about China, just doing laps and taking pictures with Xi Jinping. Okay, all right, what next? And then they're classifying groups here that aren't terrorists as terrorist groups, so they can, put the little evil tentacles in here and do their stuff, right? Because they don't care if there's crime in Brazil. They don't. Do they give a shit? They give zero shits, man. You think it's the rhetoric for the MAGA America First, the Don Road Doctrine things is that South America is just a backyard, and they can walk around if they want to, and do the helicopter dick, and they're getting their boys in there. There's the orange wave. Right, and all the economists go, South America's going Trump. Well, they just love him so much. The guy who's starting wars. Look at this. Look at this right here. Okay, let's compare Okay, so here's what's the problem is. Okay, I got it. Check it out. There's been a lot more stuff. There's a full blown war with Venezuela. More countries targeted. Way more airstrike volume. Yeah. So what's it say here? Chaotic and high turnover. 2024 cabinet appointees didn't last. Frequent leaks. Administration staff. Discipline loyalists heavy. So they're less likely to say no. Right? They put in all the yes men. Okay. So the guy say, hey, let's go to Iran. It's like, all right. The guy doesn't have military expertise. Says, yeah, let's go. And now they're bogged down in something. There's no clear theory of victory, and it's just quagmire. Okay, they're not going to invade ground invasions, get hundreds of thousands of troops in there, right? No, why they go? Because they can, and the guys all nod their heads when after Donald Trump's binging Fox News. Great. Uh, Domestic political conflict. Okay, marked by impeachment before, now only facing aggressive pushback. So that's a big tone down. That means they're too afraid to try to get rid of him. All right. So, but the thing is, it's like the guy comes up to him and says, "Hey, man, hey, boy, listen, this is your last term. It's time for you to cash out. You're not gonna get it. This is the only last 4 years you're gonna be president of the United States." You understand? All right. So this is what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna give you. There's a little trouble going on here. We want you to solve this for us. And if you do, man, we're gonna pump. The right term isn't even bank account when it comes to guys rich as Donald Trump. It's like, man, we're gonna trick you out, man. Not in that sense. We're gonna give you the bling bling, man. All right, we'll make it real nice and sweet for you. What do you think? Want to be friends? It's like, yeah, it's my last 4 years. I can fuck around. I mean, since I can't get elected again anyway, can't be the supreme leader. I mean, you might leave a mess for the next guy, but I don't know what the fuck is going on. Why is there such a big uptick on everything? What the bullshit? Because the first time, they're relatively sane, and it's even like, oh, you think Iran is so amazing, Audrey, that the United States shouldn't take military action. Um, because of a multitude of factors like terrain or the way their installations are entrenched, whatnot. It favors the defender. The whole business in the Strait of Hormuz. They can find things spiraling out of control there because it's problematic. Who's going to want? What are the ships that want to go through there right now? With Iran willing to sink anything, what they want. They're playing a waiting game now, and it favors them instead of the United States. So the Americans don't want to lose face. That's it, apparently. We're going to, they want to sign the peace deal. They're going to get a deal that was worse than the one they had previously, JCPOA. Instead, they were already at the talking table before they started the war. They could have gotten, like a great, nice deal just by talking. Instead, they went in, saw it was a blunder. Now they're going to get a worse deal than they would have if they were peaceful, and then go in. And the reason it drives me fucking insane is that it's like he didn't consult his top military guys. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do? There's no clear theory of victory. All right. So to make they call it theocracy. To make the theocracy capitulate, we have to send guys ground troops, right? Okay. Are we gonna do it? No. So it's never gonna capitulate, right? No. So we're gonna bomb them. Okay. And what's gonna happen? Well, we took out these installations, and what happened? They're still going. So what next? No, just keep bombing them. And what about Cedar Moose? It's going to become a problem. Oil price is going to spike. Everyone's going to start complaining. But just keep it going on forever. See what happens. So I don't get it. Yeah. Right. So I should probably chill a bit because it's, I don't want to tire myself out. But yeah. Okay. Whereas, Yeah, it's okay. He says United States is not gonna fool Brazil society. He's waiting a new declaration about the Trump about the tariffs. It's it said no, it should make it better. Say, I want to hear more about your bozo shit. I want you to get American media to publish some shit like burglar while burgling person's house is afraid someone might burgle his, right? Because he's making shit up that's not true. It's like China was here.